Cognizant to the needs of our learners, parents, and teachers, the Department of Education provided us with powerful tools for productivity that will allow us to foster critical thinking skills, problem-solving skills, communication and collaboration skills to be compassionate, responsible global citizens. Join us and discover new ideas in our series of professional development training program with the ICT's Edtech Unit and Microsoft Education Philippines. Together, we will equip our learners and empower our fellow educators for a dynamic future. Para sa bata, para sa bayan, at para sa guro. Sulong Edukalidad.
Magandang araw, Sir Wilbur po, at your service. Narito ang ETUlay upang gabayan ka sa inyong pag-aaral upang lubos na maunawaan ang iba't ibang paksa o subject. Ang ETUlay ay isang free online tutorial class na pinangungunahan ng ICT's Educational Technology Unit sa pamumuno ni Undersecretary Elaine Del P. Pascua. Ang programang ito ay hindi lamang para sa mga bata, kundi ito rin ay magsisilbing gabay sa mga magulang at mga guro kung paano nila ituturo o gagabayan sa bawat asignatura ang kanilang mga anak o mga estudyante. Sa kasalukuyan, ang self-learning module mula sa rehiyon ng Calabarzon at kilala sa tawag na pivot ang ginagamit sa ating ETUlay online class. Kaya ano pang hinihintay ninyo? Ihanda na ang inyong mga ballpen o lapis, papel o kwaderno at samahan kaming itulay ang pagkatuto para sa bawat batang Pilipino. Sama-sama tayong magtutulungan para malampasan ang mga hamon sa panahong ito. Halina't matuto kasama ang inyong online tutor sa oras na ito.
Good afternoon, everyone! Lalong-lalo na po sa ating mga mag-aaral at mga magulang. We're currently watching our live stream of ETUlay online tutorial. And also to my fellow research teachers, most especially the teachers from Ormoc City Senior High School, headed by Mrs. Brenda P. Marolenia. And of course, to the school's Division Office of Ormoc City, with our SDS, Ma'am Lani Cervantes, who just celebrated her birthday. Happy birthday, Ma'am Lani Cervantes. Okay, so welcome po sa lahat ng ating online viewers. Hello po kay Lizelle Gatan, watching from Santa Maria High School, Santa Maria District. We also have Mary Ann Samaniego, watching from Pimbalaya National High School, Division of Sultan Kudarat. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. I am Tutor June, and join me today as we learn very important topics for inquiries, investigations, and immersion. This applied subject class for grade 12 is actually a culminating activity of our research discussions in PR1 and PR2 through qualitative and quantitative research implementations. Or we can do both methods, or the so-called mixed methods research. Okay? And today's exciting session will lead us to understand our topic on quarter 3, week 3, identifying the problem and asking the question. Again, we have 3 research methodologies, but for this session, you are expected to have the ability to state research questions and write a problem statement of a quantitative study. And for the information of everyone, we are basing our tutorial session today with the self-learning package in PR2 of Sir James Pedrera from Alang-Alang National High School, Division of Leyte. And since this is 3 I's, our main objective here is to apply the theories learned in the actual writing of our research papers. I would like to thank also Sir Von Christopher G. Chua, a PhD candidate in science education, major in mathematics at the De La Salle University for the evaluation of our content. Okay, please be guided, class, to the first chapter, which is the introduction chapter of your quantitative research paper, must contain 4 parts. Okay, we have background of the study, statement of the problem, significance of the study, and scope and delimitation. I am telling you this because after discussing all these four parts no, in chapter 1, I will ask you to submit this entire section of your research paper for critiquing. Okay, so students, start crafting your drafts and kindly take note of the suggestions given in our live discussions. Okay, sige, so I can see students who are already uh, posting their comments no, in our comment section. We have Christine Jean from Bato School of Fisheries, Leyte Division. We have Jan Joven Mangle, Ronald Joe Ilegado, Keith Brian Fornes. I know these are my students no, from Ormoc City Senior High School. Welcome po sa inyong lahat. Okay? So, in your PR2 class, no, remember in your practical research 2, you have learned some specific guidelines in constructing the background of the study. So today, you will learn on how to write the next part or the next section, which is the statement of the problem. Okay? To begin, let us have this preliminary activity. You are going to put a check mark or write the word check if the element should be found in the statement of the problem or statement of the problem section of your research paper. Otherwise, put a wrong mark or write the word wrong if it should not be found in the statement of the problem. Write it down in the comment section. And please do not forget to indicate the number, okay? Or the item. Okay, so let's start. Number 1, research questions. Is it check or wrong? Research questions, check or wrong? Will we write research questions in our statement of the problem? Okay. Okay, that is correct. Okay, that is check. Okay, Henry Muka says, check, sir. Okay, that is correct. April Magalang, Korea. Christian Paul Borromeo Adaza mentioned check. Okay. Okay, you got it right. Number 2, research design. Is it check or wrong? Kindly put number 2 beside your answer. Again, research design, check or wrong? Will we write research design in our statement of the problem? Okay, that is wrong. Okay. The research design of our study class will be written in the methodology chapter because it is like presenting the blueprint no, of your methods. And this will be introduced in our next tutorial sessions. Okay? So Julie Ann Dehanyo says wrong. You are correct. Okay, number 2, Christine Jean Jan Joven says it's wrong, sir. We should not write research design in our problem statement. Okay, how about number 3, the conceptual framework? Check or wrong? Will we write conceptual framework in our statement of the problem? Number 3, that is wrong. Okay. The conceptual framework class in a quantitative research will be written in chapter 2, okay, together with your review of the related literature. Okay. That's correct. Christian Jervy, that's wrong. Judea, okay? Conceptual framework will not be written in the statement of the problem. Lastly, aim of the study. Is it check or wrong? Number 4, check or wrong? Will we write the aim of the study in our statement of the problem? Okay, you got it right. That is check. Okay. The aim of the study will also be written in our problem statement. Okay, can I see answers for number 4? Menchi says wrong. Okay, mali po kayo, Menchi. That is correct, no? Aim of the study will be written in our statement of the problem. Okay, Kenneth, that's correct, no? We also have Charlie Gubalani. Check now. Okay, that's correct. So congratulations, class, for answering it all correctly. That makes the research questions and the aim of the study to be the only elements that must be written, no, in our problem statement. We can use this information later as we go on with our tutorial session today. But why do we need class to write this part or section in our academic paper? Okay, well, the statement of the problem section of your research paper is the heart and soul of your quantitative research. It becomes your guiding post for future actions. For example, picture out driving a car without a steering wheel. No, it would be impossible, right? The car would surely end up in a terrible crash. Similarly, you are going to a terrible disaster if you do not have research questions or even clear research questions. So like the steering wheel of the car, which guides the car not to the right direction, the research questions of the study will make sure that you are in the right direction and know where your study is heading. As such, it is very important, class, that you think about your statement of the problem very well and you write it correctly in your research paper. Okay? The following elements must be found in the statement of the problem. First is the aim of the study, where it introduces the purpose of your study or the problem or issue that you want to investigate or address. Okay? So this has the following format. The study or research aims to, and then you write a phrase that is congruent with your research title and which contains variables, okay? Variables in your study that you want to measure. Okay. Second element are the research questions, okay, or the research questions of the study. The research questions help writers or the researchers focus their research, okay, since it is the question in which you center your research. Take note, class, that our research questions must be clear and it must be arguable. What does this mean? Okay? This means that our research questions should not be answerable with a simple yes or no, but rather require synthesis and analysis of sources prior to the composition of an answer. Okay? So this can have the following format. Specifically, it seeks to find answer to the following questions. Of course, to be followed by your constructed research questions. Okay, now let us have this research title, class, as our example in writing our statement of the problem. Dengue knowledge and degree of environmental responsibility of senior high school students. This is an interesting topic to study because there is much to gain for you students if you do research topics that are actionable. Okay. What do you mean, sir, by actionable? Okay. These are topics having a practical value, which means that when you work on a research topic like this or a research topic that is actionable, you get to realize that if you work on one aspect of yourself, you can improve on another related aspect. For example, if my knowledge about dengue is better, then I become more environmentally responsible. Okay? So take note, class, that this is an example of a correlational research because we want to know the relationship between the knowledge of dengue of senior high school students and their degree of environmental responsibility. Okay. Degree of environmental responsibility, or it is also called Environmental Awareness Index. Okay? Now, remember that you do not write the question or questions alone, no, in the statement of the problem. You need to put the aim as well. Okay? And to do that, you need to recall our format earlier in writing the aim of the study, and of course, the title or the variables involved in your study. Okay, so using this research title, hence we have our aim, okay, to be, sa totong format kaganina, the study aims to. Okay, then, unsay sunod? Ano yung kasunod? Okay, it will be followed by, okay, since we want to know the relationship of these two variables, Okay, dengue knowledge and degree of environmental responsibility. So we say the study aims to determine the relationship of dengue knowledge and the degree of environmental responsibility of senior high school students in. Okay, so in here you will write the research locale or as to where you will conduct your study. So let us say in our school, no, in Ormoc City Senior High School. So this this is now our aim of the study. The study aims to determine the relationship of dengue knowledge and the degree of environmental responsibility of senior high school students in Ormoc City Senior High School. Okay, now question. Are we done writing the statement of the problem already? Not yet, okay? After writing the aim of the study, next step is we need to write our research questions. And take note, class, that there are two types of research questions that we need to write in a correlational or causal comparative or an experimental study. Okay? The first type of question is a descriptive question. Okay? A descriptive question is one that aims to quantitatively describe a variable. Okay? Allow me to highlight the important term here. Quantitatively describe. Okay? Quantitatively describe means that the question must contain variables that can be measured quantitatively. Okay? Remember in quanti research, no? No, remember or recall in your quanti research. Uh, what we do in quantity research is we naturally represent, okay, qualitative variables into quantitative measurements, okay, that allow us to perform statistical analysis. Okay, for instance, in our research title earlier, dengue knowledge and degree of environmental responsibility of senior high school students. Let us start with our first variable, which is dengue knowledge or knowledge about dengue. From this variable, we can, okay, we can create our research title, descriptive research title to be, what is the senior high school student's level of dengue knowledge? Okay, kasi we know that students' level of dengue knowledge or level of dengue knowledge can be measured based on the student's score in a test about dengue, okay? Or specifically their mean or average score in that particular test about dengue, okay? Now, we can also create a descriptive question to know the respondent sources of dengue knowledge. Asa man niya kuhaon ang dengue knowledge, okay? Or asa man niya mga sources, okay? So our descriptive question number 2 would be, what are the respondent sources of information about dengue? Okay, the variable, which is the respondent sources of information about dengue, of course, can be measured by counting, no? By counting the students' responses as their source of dengue knowledge, also known as the frequency counts. Okay, so naanatay, we already have descriptive questions for our first variable, which is dengue knowledge. Okay, now let us write a descriptive question for the second variable, which is the student's degree of environmental responsibility. Okay, so our third descriptive research question will be, what is the senior high school student's degree of environmental responsibility? Okay, we know that degree of environmental responsibility can be measured based on their mean or average results in a survey or in a survey questionnaire. Okay, for example, in a Likert scale questionnaire regarding environmentally responsible practices. Okay, so pwede siya. Okay, so we get the mean or the average survey results. Okay, so we have already created 3 descriptive research questions which can be measured and analyzed using descriptive statistics. Okay, recall that in your statistics and probability class, the mean score Okay, katong ako gi-mention kaganina, frequency counts and average survey results are measures under descriptive statistics. Okay? Now, are we done writing all our research questions? Tapos na ba tayo magsulat ng mga research questions sa given nga research title? Okay, not yet. Okay, the idea in writing the research questions class is to write a descriptive question for every variable first, and then we write an inferential question, okay, take note, seeking to establish the relationship or the difference between the given variables. Okay, sir, what is an inferential question, by the way, sir? Okay, so let's try to define it. The second type of research question is an inferential question. Okay, an inferential question is one that aims to determine significant relationships or significant differences. Okay, now take note class that you only have an inferential question when you ask for significant relationship or significant difference or a significant effect or a significant decrease or increase or decrease of the variables in your study. So class, in here, our relationship and the difference must be significant. So take note of the term significant. When can we say that the relationship or difference is significant? Okay, that is after our data has been treated with inferential statistics. Okay, so recall again in your statistics class, we are doing inferential statistics when we do hypothesis testing. Okay, and take note also, class, that when you ask for a significant relationship between variables, you are doing a correlational study. And when you ask for significant difference between groups, okay, you are doing a causal comparative study or an experimental study. Okay, but in an experimental study, you may ask for significant difference between groups after a treatment or an intervention has been given. Okay, you will know more about descriptive and inferential statistics in our later tutorial sessions when we write our data analysis plan or data analysis procedure in our research paper. Okay, our discussion today is only limited to writing the statement of the problem. Okay, now going back to our research title, dengue knowledge and degree of environmental responsibility of senior high school students. Okay, since this is a correlational study, we can write our inferential question to be, is there a significant relationship between senior high school students' level of dengue knowledge and their degree of environmental responsibility? Okay, pwede. Or we can write, are dengue knowledge and degree of environmental responsibility of senior high school students significantly associated? Okay, so pwede rin, no? We can also use that format. Okay, take note of the term to be used in an inferential question for correlation: significant relationship or significantly associated. Okay. Here's an example, class, of a problem statement in a causal comparative research. The research is entitled Gender and English Proficiency of Senior High School Students. Okay, our goal in causal comparative research is we want to know if one variable affects, okay, take note, one variable affects the other variable. Okay, that makes our statement of the problem to be, the study aims to determine if gender affects, okay, the English proficiency of, let's say, Ormoc City Regional Sports Academy senior high school students. Okay? In the statement of the problem, the researcher would like to find out if gender causes differences in the English proficiency of senior high school students. Hence, we can say that gender is the independent variable, whereas your English proficiency is the dependent variable, which is assumed to depend on gender. Okay. So we can now write our research questions. Okay. Specifically, it seeks to find answer to the following questions. Okay. Let us start with a descriptive question on our first variable, which is gender. Okay. So our first descriptive question will be, what is the profile of respondents in terms of gender? Okay, so the profile or demographic profile of respondents in terms of gender can be measured using frequency counts, tama? And we can show that using graphical presentations. Okay, next, let us create a descriptive research question of our second variable, which is the English proficiency. Okay, so we write our research question number 2 to be, what is the mean English proficiency of senior high school students? Since the English proficiency can be measured using the mean score of students or the average score of the students in an English test. Okay, so pwede. And lastly, we can write our third question as an inferential question to determine the significant difference of the two variables, gender and English proficiency. So we say, is there a significant difference in the mean English proficiency between male and female senior high school students? Okay? Or we can say, is there a significant difference between gender and English proficiency of senior high school students? Okay. So take note of this term, class, significant difference. Okay. Remember, significant differences can be analyzed with a non-directional or two-tailed test. Okay, because it does not specify a particular direction. Okay, but if my inferential question will ask about significant increase or significant decrease, okay, it can be analyzed using a directional or one-tailed test. Okay, take note, because it has only one direction, and in the unit normal distribution, either it is located at the left or at the right of the distribution. Okay, and remember that you will obtain a different result. Okay, you will obtain a different result when using either of this type of tests. So make sure, class, before doing two-tailed or one-tailed tests, you need to go back. Go back from your research question or your research hypothesis. Okay? Now, other studies do not ask for significant relationship, significant difference, or significant increase or decrease. Okay? In such case, they are doing a pure descriptive research without application of inferential statistics. This is an example of a descriptive or survey research. Okay, let's have this example. The descriptive research is entitled TV Viewing Habits of Senior High School Students. Okay, TV viewing habits of senior high school students. And this is the sample statement of the problem. The study aims to determine the TV viewing habits of senior high school students in Alang-Alang National High School. Okay? Now, in here, you only have one variable, which is the TV viewing habits. Okay? TV viewing habits of senior high school students. So, we can write descriptive questions for this variable. So, ano-ano ba ang pwede nating maisulat to quantitatively describe the variable which is TV viewing habits? Okay, marami. Okay? So, we can write, specifically, it seeks to find answer to the following questions. Okay? So these are questions that will quantitatively describe the variable, which is TV viewing habits. For example, number 1, what proportion of senior high school students have TV at home? Okay. Number 2, what kind of TV do students have? Okay. Number 3, what kind of TV connectivity do students have access to? Okay. Number 4, what TV channels are watched by students? Okay. Number 5, what TV programs do students watch? And lastly, number 6, what is the mean time spent by students watching TV daily? Okay. Notice that we do not have an inferential research question in here, which asks about significant relationship or significant difference, because the aim of a descriptive research is simply to describe each variable quantitatively. Okay? So, questions so far, class? Okay? May tanong ba? Now, let us have or let us apply what you have learned in the following exercises. Okay, you are going to answer the following questions by writing your answers in the comment section. Okay, so class, comment down below for your answers. Okay, are you ready? Let's have question number 1. What are the 2 elements that are included in the statement of the problem? Okay, who can answer? Again, what are the 2 elements, class, that are included in the statement of the problem? Okay, write your answers in the comment section. The answer is correct. Aim of the study and the research questions. Okay, let me check. Hazel Ann Garciano got it correct. Jean Kenneth got it correct. Okay. Number 2. For the following items, write D if it is a descriptive question, or write I if it is an inferential question. Okay, let's have this research question. What is the level of disaster awareness of students? Is it a descriptive question or an inferential question? Okay, that is correct. Okay, that is a descriptive question. Okay, Christian Paul Borromeo Adaza got it correct. Viner Dan Apilado. Okay, correct. Now, let's have the next research question. Are attitude toward disasters and level of disaster awareness significantly associated? Is it a descriptive question or an inferential question? Okay. Okay, that is correct. Number 3 is an inferential question. Hazel Ann, Jean Kenneth, Violeta Esperanzati, Patricia Isabel Codilla, Amari Joy. Okay, you got it right. The third research question is an inferential question. Number 4, is there a significant difference in the mean achievement between UMS and STEM students? Okay, is this a descriptive or an inferential question? Okay, let me check for number 4. Okay, correct. That is That is an inferential question. Harvey John, Viner, Dan, Renan, Christian Jervy got it correct. Okay. Now, last research question. How many students have experienced bullying? Is it a descriptive question or an inferential question? Okay, that is correct. That is a descriptive question. Letter D. Okay. Sharika Vasquez got it correct. Okay. Vinardan. Okay. Now, let's have this last exercise. You are going to write the statement of the problem of the following research title. The research title is Chosen Learning Modality and Academic Performance of Senior High School Students Amidst COVID-19 Pandemic. Okay? This is one of the very timely and relevant research topics that we can study, no? Since all of us naman were affected in this new normal setting, no, in the field of education. So, since this is a correlational study, we need to write two sets of research questions. Descriptive question for each variable in your study, and our variables are chosen learning modality. There are schools kasi, just like in our school, during enrollment through filling up the LESF, pinapapili po ang mga bata sa learning modality. Okay? Sa learning modality based on his or her available resources sa bahay. Okay? So we can also have the second variable, which is academic performance. Okay? Then after, we will write an inferential question seeking to establish the relationship between these two variables, chosen learning modality and academic performance. But let us start writing first our aim of the study. Okay? You may use the name of your school as your research locale, and please write your answers in the comment section. Again, write first the aim of the study, and then use the name of your school as your research locale. Okay, let me check if who can answer or who can write correctly the aim of the study in this given research title. Okay, so we have, statement of the problem. The study aims to determine the relationship of the chosen learning modality, kasi correlation, no? So, determine the relationship of the chosen learning modality and the level of academic performance of senior high school students. Let's say that the research locale is in Makati City Science High School. So, we say, of senior high school students in Makati City Science High School amidst COVID-19 pandemic. Okay. Class, please answer. Write your answers in the comment section. Okay, Viner Dan Apilado says, aim of the study. The study aims to determine the relationship of chosen learning modality and academic performance of Amlang Nagtagaan National High School. Very good. Very good, Viner. That's correct. Meron na din siyang mga research questions. Okay, let me check. What is the chosen learning modality of senior high school students? Okay, that is correct. Okay. Number 2, what is the academic performance of senior high school during COVID-19 pandemic? Okay, that is correct. Okay, that will quantitatively describe the second variable, which is academic performance. Or you can say, what is the mean grade, no? Kasi when you compute for the academic performance, pwede natin kunin yung average grade. Okay, average grade ninyo sa first semester, for example. Is there, yung inferential question niya, is there a significant relationship between chosen learning modality and academic performance of senior high school in Amlang Nagtagaan National High School? Very good. Okay, that's correct, Viner. Okay. Okay, so we can have, again, number 1, if you want to quantitatively describe the first variable, chosen learning modality, we can ask for this research question. What are the respondents' chosen learning modality? So tama po yung answer ni Viner. Okay? And then, number 2, for academic performance naman, what is the senior high school students' level of academic performance? Okay. Again, respondents' chosen learning modality can be measured using frequency counting. Ilan yung mga bata na gustong mag-modular class or mag-virtual class. Okay? And then, students' level of academic performance can be measured using mean grade or average grade of students, let's say, in the first semester. Okay? Now, yung inferential question natin, since this is correlational, so we say, is there a significant relationship between the chosen learning modality and senior high school students' level of academic performance? Okay? So, tingnan natin kung meron pang iba na sumagot. Okay? Sige. Okay, wala na. Okay, any questions? Do you have any questions, class? Naintindihan po ba? Okay, so for your assignment, since this is 3 I's, you are going to write your statement of the problem of your own research title, okay, which contains at least 3 research questions. You may post it in your FB timeline and use the hashtag ETUlay III problem statement. Again, the hashtag is hashtag ETUlay III problem statement. Okay? So at iyan po ang ating online tutorial sa linggong ito. See you po in our next tutorial session. Same time, same day. This has been your ETUlay tutor, Sir June, na nag-iiwan ng katagang, the research of today shall speak the innovations of tomorrow. Thank you and happy researching!
Sigurado ako na marami ka na namang natutuhan sa ating ETUlay tutorial session ngayong araw. Tandaan, ito ay hindi lamang para sa ating mga mag-aaral, kundi pati rin sa ating mga minamahal na guro at mga magulang na kaagapay natin para maituloy ang pagkatuto sa kabila ng nararanasang pandemya. Patuloy ding sumubaybay sa DepEd TV para sa mga araling ginawang video episodes. Mapapanood ito mula Lunes hanggang Sabado, alas 7 ng umaga hanggang alas 7 ng gabi sa inyong mga telebisyon. Abangan sa Lunes mula 1:00 ng tanghali ang iba pang aralin sa ating ETUlay free online tutorial session sa Science. I-like and subscribe at manatiling nakasubaybay sa ating ETUlay tutorial session sa DepEd Edtech Unit FB page at Educational Technology Unit channel sa YouTube at sa DepEd Tayo at DepEd Philippines social media accounts. Paalam!